moments, our show will begin.
Round 1.
Welcome, guys, to episode 7 of Double Kill Radio with David and Poe. Today we're going to have a Dissidia demo first-hand impression that I'm going to be running down. We're going to have Menat rundown.
Menat.
I don't know who Menat is.
Menat.
We're going to have a Menat rundown, which is a new Street Fighter character. We're going to have MvCi Capcom DLC skin predictions, which is really exciting for me. And we also going to have a special surprise with a mobile game. It's also a FGC.
Mobile game?
Mobile. Stay tuned so you can see what it is.
The future. The future is now. Oh, the iOS Street Fighter 4, right?
Yo, we never talked about that.
We never talked about that.
That needs to be in the next podcast.
Next podcast? Yo, we gotta buy it.
2 iPads.
We gotta buy it.
And the controller.
Fight each other for like 5 hours. Pick every character, all 25 of them, or however many it is.
Yeah. And have those pixelated Game Boy graphics.
And then I'll be like, come see this Dudley, son.
The Dudley's there?
Yeah.
How can you do... Oh, never mind.
No, I don't want to get into it. That's not what we're talking about today.
So, let's start it off right. So, the Dissidia demo got released 4 days ago, if I'm correct. Demo that they announced on E3. They also announced at the latest convention too, which was Gamescom 2. They also announced it. And now it's here. So, it was, if you sign up for the beta, you're going to have access. But if you didn't, it's not open beta yet. So, they haven't announced the open beta date yet. So, the closed beta, that was my first impression that I have for it. The game shoots you with a lot, right? So let me explain to you. Have you ever heard about Dissidia?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. I mean, the thing is, it looks like a lot too on screen.
Mm-hmm.
When I was looking at the trailer, I had a hard time figuring out what's going on. But it still looks like it's a lot of action.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that don't know, Dissidia is a Square Enix game. It's a game that basically is mash all the protagonists and villains and iconic characters from their series, from the RPG series, but fighting each other instead of the regular RPG environment that they normally would have.
So wait, you're saying RPG series, and it's not specifically Final Fantasy?
All Final Fantasy. That's what it is. Square Enix Final Fantasy.
But you said RPG series.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm going to go, where's Faye? Where's Citan from Xenogears? So, like, where are all those guys?
So Dissidia Final Fantasy. So, because it says Dissidia Final Fantasy in the title.
Okay.
Dissidia Final Fantasy.
Just wanted to be clear.
No, that's cool.
Because you almost had me wanting to play the game.
With gears and all that
you
stuff.
Lost
You want to play it. Gonna force you to play it. So, in the game, this is a game that it hasn't been in the light since 2009. So 2008 was the first release of the game. Wow,
that was that long ago?
2008 was the first Dissidia, and it was part of their 20-year anniversary from all these different Final Fantasy games that they've been having. And they decided to make a whole collaboration, put all the characters together, and have them fight out, and see who's the best. It's a lot of lore, a lot of stuff, and it's iconic representation for everybody else with different Final Fantasies, right? Everybody have their own favorite characters. So why not have them all together?
It was pretty hype seeing the Final Fantasy 14 characters in there. Look really good too compared to how they look in that game.
Absolutely. So in this one, moving fast forward from 2008, right? That was a PSP exclusive game only. So most likely most people didn't have that handheld portable device. Probably didn't experience it, or they didn't saw a friend play it, or there wasn't much as a streaming to see this gameplay of it. But now it's in the hands of everybody. Well, soon it will be. It's going to be a PS4 exclusive.
Is this the first time it's on console?
First time on console. This is a port from an arcade game. It was an arcade game from same producer, same everything. But they tried to port it on the system. And I think it landed on the perfect system. PlayStation is the home of most RPGs back in the days and most likely Final Fantasy games. So it's good. So it caters to the people that like this game to the system that they have. So let me tell you what happens, man. I put the game, I start the game for Dissidia. Immediately, it hits me up with music that I know about, from all RPGs. Yeah. And it sounds well.
Nostalgia.
Absolutely.
Shot right into your arm like a needle.
Yeah, so I'm excited, I'm inspired. And the game gives you a couple of options, right? It tells you right away. Do you want the language to be in Japanese or in English? And also gives you the option to hear the game in Japanese or in English. So subtitles in English or Japanese, or voice in Japanese or in English. So you could change it up however you want. The game menus are going to be set also, like the voice acting of it will be based on how you change the language of the game too. So it's not just in-game play. It will be in everything.
That's
also.
really good because we have a huge Japanese society in the Bronx. So.
Yes, which is me. But I think I like it because it gives you the option. Not having that option, it would feel very Americanized, and it takes away.
No, yeah, absolutely. More options, the better.
Exactly, it takes away from it. So the game gives you with 3 options, right? In the demo, it gives you the option of doing a tutorial. It gives you a practice, and it gives you a matchmaking. So I managed to go through all of them. So when you click...
which one did you do first?
I did the tutorial.
Tutorial,
click the
Smart
tutorial.
Man.
Just to see, right? Even though I was eager to just go in through. I did the tutorial, and the tutorial you don't play. You don't play in the tutorial. You don't even touch the remote on the tutorial. The first thing that they show you is a screen filled with stuff. That
sucks because honestly, the way I learn is I'm hands on.
Yeah.
I need to do it as I'm getting it explained, whatever it is, to me. Not like just read it and then they expect me to do it somehow, right?
Absolutely. And it doesn't give you that sense of accomplishment that you learned it, right? If you didn't try it. So the other part that I thought about it, you can pause the tutorial. So when you click to the tutorial, it's like a video technically. It takes you to the screen that has all these different options and it shows you the whole UI interface of the game. And it's literally a battle happening as they trying to teach you what is happening. So it could be distracting. You're seeing what is happening. You're not touching the controller. You can't pause it either.
So the battle's nonstop?
The battle is already pre-recorded.
Okay.
The battle is pre-recorded.
But like, do you press a button?
No.
It explains stuff, and then the battle happens. Pretty much doing the stuff it's explaining, and then you unpause. Then you like, is it queued up with buttons, or is it just straight on? Figure it out. This is how you fight. Read while the action's going on.
This goes straight like a speed dating.
Oh my god!
It literally was very.
I did that once.
You did it?
But it was like. We'll save that for the end of the.
I really want to know. I'm gonna definitely ask you about it.
Okay.
Because now I'm intrigued.
Go ahead. We'll talk about that later.
So it was Dissidia like. So I was literally a little bit overwhelmed because not what they're trying to show you in this game is not your regular type of game. So it has a lot of numbers on screen, not just letters. So numbers can be confusing because now you're adding math or whatever the case may be. So the whole UI is filled with multiple things. Health bar, characters line, and as it goes the video, they're trying to tell you what it is. Highlighting with yellow letters what they're trying to tell you. Like, hey, here's the timer. And as you're reading, it goes to another thing. So if you didn't read fast, you can't even go back. To go back, you have to wait until the whole video finish, and then click it again and press play.
Wow.
Yes.
Replay value. The tutorial.
Bro, I'm still in the tutorial, bro.
I missed something. I gotta go back.
So of course, if you try to at least interpret what they're trying to tell you, you could get a grasp of the idea that it's a very arena type of gameplay of game. So you could try to grasp some of the stuff they're telling you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't feel bad if you don't understand right away anything of it because it's not your standard game in order to what they're shooting and what they're trying to make you learn. Plus, all these flashy things that are happening on the screen are very distracting.
It is.
Extremely distracting.
I would assume that it is if you're trying to learn the game.
Yes. Even if they try to highlight it, I was like, wait, what's going on? Can you stop for a second?
And it's a little different, too, because let's say you have all these mechanics in an RPG, right? And the games have their own tempo, their own like learning curve. And usually it's a good one in order for you to learn the mechanics fully, like step by step. You start learning more abilities and all that stuff throughout the course of like 40 to 60 hours. I don't know, but this is a fighting game, so
exactly, which is everything happening on the go right there. And not only it's a fighting game, not sure if I mentioned it, Dissidia is a 3v3 team fight.
So, wait, 3v3?
So 3 people versus.
Oh, it's over. People. Dragon Ball Fighters.
I'm telling you,
it's over.
That's it. You can't compete with lore.
3v3, that's a wrap.
Which is more chaotic, right? So anyway, so after the tutorial finished, I was like, you know what? Let me go to practice before I go to matchmaking. When you go to practice, this game has 14 characters to pick from, between heroes and villains from their respective games. So there are 14 games for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So they did it like that. So and they're chronologically set up also like 1, 2, 3 the characters. So it's not like they scramble all around it. So they're chronological
is it let's say for each game, is it only the main or like
Only
their
the
team
main,
also like their
only the main, and most of them have their main villain or their
Okay,
main arch enemy.
okay.
Most of them.
So I guess I'll main Zidane and I got
Kuja.
+2. No, I don't want Kuja.
Kuya with the hair and the hood.
No.
See, I can read that. Was cool.
No.
But normally they have that. In this game, is more of the heroes. Very little villains. If there's any villains, there's only one. And so anyway, you pick your characters. When you highlight the characters, tells you from what game they are from. It has an emblem of the game actually when it came out, which is pretty cool. It says the number, and it tells you a little bit about what that character is going to be doing in the fight, or what you should be looking forward to be doing with that character.
Do they have a short description of what the character was for the game that they're from?
No.
Okay.
It only tells you their personality, of what they are, if they're stoic, if they're free roam, if they're energetic, if they're shy.
So do you think they'll add something like in the game, like almost like their own gaming card? Like, let's say you want to look up who this Titus character is. He's like, oh, from Final Fantasy from Final Fantasy X, and then it'll have a short bio about how much of a piece of shit he is and the worst protagonist out of all the games.
So,
triggered.
Not sure in this demo does, but in the first game they released, and the sequel actually in 2008, they have that. It's called a biology or something, I think it is, or I can't remember the name of it. It starts with a B. Basically, a biography thing, and it has all the characters, and it tells you their characters, and it also highlights who their arch enemy is, the name. So then when you click on that character, you could miss and max who they are.
I'm sure they'll put that again.
Which is very lore based. It tells you everything about it. So at least you're more involved into the character, right? So after it tells you all the personality, when you click the character, whoever you click, they do this slight animation and then go to a next screen. But let me pause from there. When I pick the character model looks insanely good. Like, the graphics are outstanding. Like, literally nothing looks low budget, nothing looks lazy. Everything, no clipping, nothing.
That's what I was like when I mentioned Istolda from. I don't know if I actually mentioned her. I mentioned her, right? Mm-hmm. That was a whole 5 minutes ago. I don't know. So when I mentioned her, that's one of the first things I saw. Like, the texture in her hair. There was so much like detail to it that I'm not used to when I was, when I used to play 14.
Correct. So they weren't the lazy route. They really went the character models. They want to make sure that if you're playing this character, you want it to look good. Because every person that picks this character, if you have a history with them in the past games that you play or not, they want to still look good, right? Because if you play with them before, you want to pick them right away. And if not, they're going to look appealing enough that you want to click these characters.
You know what would have been cool? Like if you could unlock Cloud, how he'd look like in battle, like in part 7.
The blocky.
Yeah, the blocky
version.
Big old blocky hands and feet.
But don't get too far from that, because I also have to say something about that, because they have some stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So when I picked the character, I was like, wow, the first thing I said even in the party chat was like, wow, this characters look incredible. And everybody's like, yo, this game looks insane. And these people that have played other final games and stuff like that.
It's not just because you're really biased.
I'm super biased by it, but they really look really good. The character model look really good. And the motions looks good and everything. Every character has a preset moveset. So every character has the regular attacks that they're gonna do, but they shows you on the screen before you go to the next screen what abilities they're gonna have, and if you press L1, it tells you a description of what they do, of their specific abilities, not their attacks, just the specific abilities.
Are there character types like tank, healer, mage kind of thing?
Yep. So in there, it tells you this is the ability that you have, and this is what you want to do with it, based on the character role. So there are different character roles in this game, but I didn't know that there was character roles yet. This is on when I was playing the practice yet. I didn't know what it was.
Was it so? It didn't have something like that in the PSP version.
No, PSP version. None of them had a class role.
Okay.
They all had their specific fight style. So when I started the game, I pick a preset on the ones that I picked, which changes your ability from the one or the two. It takes you into battle right away. It's very chaotic and right away. It feels like Saving Private Ryan. You're going to the beach and you need to get to the other side, and somebody threw you there with a gun and just go. It literally feels like that. You have a weapon and everybody's flying and jumping. So just to elaborate a little bit more, this is more like an arena type of game. It's a big place for you to navigate, run, jump. You could double jump. You could do multiple things.
And since you have a team, you can switch between characters, right?
No.
No?
No,
so
no.
you just pick your one character.
You pick your one character if you're playing alone, and then you have 2 AIs.
Gotcha.
If you're playing alone.
And if you're playing with people,
then everybody plays each other, their character itself. Everybody's at the same time.
So it's a 6v. It's a 6-man.
6-man
battle
arena.
royale kind of
Yes, literally a survival of the fittest.
Nice.
Because in this game, everybody can target anybody that is an enemy.
Gotcha.
So you see a bunch of lines, like I mentioned, all these things happening in the screen. You're like, what the hell is happening? So you start to try to figure things out, and surprisingly enough, the game is simple enough, at least from how it is, the controllers, that this chaos only lasts for a couple of minutes before you already are like, oh, this is how you double jump. Oh, this is how I attack. This is how I dash. And you start feeling more in control of your character and enjoying what is happening and enjoying the chaos, actually, of what is happening, instead of wondering, oh, why this is happening? Oh, why this is thing? The only thing I can tell you that it was confusing to me was like, oh, I won? Oh, how did I win? I didn't...
Wait, because were enemies still, like, alive?
Yeah, and they said victory. And I was like, whoa, what happened? Right? So, because there's all this chaos, so much information. It's so much information.
Yeah, all right, so... Scenario here.
Yes.
What if they're like, just make them all win?
Yeah,
for
it could
the demo.
be.
Like,
it could be.
All 6 of you guys got that same screen.
It could be because the demo also has like a timer. In the practice has a timer, so probably you can time out and stuff like that.
So can you? Is it all like? Is everybody still alive throughout the whole thing?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go. So it said victory, and this shows people that were alive. And I was like, what's going on? But then I read in the bottom right where the enemies are, and the bottom left is where you are always. It said incapacitated, and I was like, oh, what is that? So basically, in this game, it's an arena. Everybody's for themselves. The way to win in this game is you have to incapacitate 3 times your enemy. Not doesn't matter if it's a specific one. It could be the same one twice. It could be each whatever. But as long as it's 3 times, whoever gets the first 3 KOs wins.
So it doesn't even matter how much damage you do to some. Like, because what if somebody does like 99% of the damage to somebody, you happen to get the last hit on them?
Then you are the victorious if part of your team. If you're part of my team and you did all the damage enough to kill him, and I did the final attack, and then we won. But the thing is, so that's why this game is more of a team-based game more than your regular fighting games. Because even if you're doing great by yourself, if your teams are getting incapacitated, be defeated, then you lose. So if you get incapacitated in this game, before I tell you how to get incapacitated, though, you can respawn. You can respawn in this game. So let's say they beat you down, you lost. You're intangible, nobody can touch you, and you can press X to respawn. But remember, once again, if you're crappy and you're respawning and people are waiting for you, they're gonna body you again, and that's another loss. So you have every action you take feels like a weight on your shoulder because it's a team-based game. It's not like, okay, that got body, everybody got it. No, you're still in that battle, and you're still gonna continue getting body.
I mean,
so you're like liability, you know.
If it's an online team-based game, then somebody's bound to feel that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody's bound to like be like, man, I'm just gonna lose.
Correct.
Because I hate today.
I'm gonna make everybody miserable. So, just to give you a little bit more of a breakdown of the game, this I knew already from my previous play in Dissidia, but for the newcomers, so in this game has 2 ways: has a bravery attack, and it has an HP attack, which is hit point attacks. Every character has their life bar, which is 2,500, and they have a number on top of their life bar. Everybody starts with 1,000, right? And basically that's your bravery attack. If you attack with X, is your regular attacks. You're not gonna do damage to opponent's health bar.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do damage to opponent's health bar. But every time you connect successfully those attacks, it builds up your HP attack. Your HP attack is your hit point attacks. Gotcha. It's the only attack, one of the few attacks that actually damage the opponent's health. So you could do bravery attack all you want. You could do a combo of 1,000,000 hits. You are not gonna kill him. You're not even gonna do a damage on them. You're only gonna build up your powers to be able to do the killing attack.
Yeah.
So in this game, you could do 1-hit kills, easy.
Wow.
Because just an example, if you have certain amount of health and I hit you with an HP attack that exceeds that in 1 hit, you're dead.
Destroy.
Yes, you're dead. And think about this, how alert you have to be, because if you're fighting somebody and somebody else does from behind or your flank, they're gonna hurt you, right? So now that we know that it's a bravery attack and an HP attack, which is different, you cannot spam your HP attack either. So if you do an HP attack and you hurt an opponent, if you try to do it again, it's gonna do no damage. You gotta wait until it resets once again in order for you to continue doing the damage. So if I did a one-hit KO, it's not like I'm gonna turn somebody around and gonna do another one-hit KO, and I gotta build that up again, because now it will be too cheesy.
Yeah.
So as that is happening, right? Every character has a line, a blue line that indicates who you are targeting, but it also indicates who's targeting you.
That same line, or you get a line towards you?
You get a line towards you.
Okay.
Which it goes from your head. And you're like, wow, so you got lines, numbers, you got health bar, you got time, but everything tends to merge together and you don't seem to see it like that. It also shows if 2 people are targeting you or if 3 people are targeting you.
Oh my god.
So you be like, hey, if 2 people are targeting you, most likely in this game the odds are against you, obviously. Even as good as you are, because the game is set like that. The game is set not to be a one guy army. So if you have 3 people, it makes you, hey, 3 people are targeting me. Now I need to be smart about it. It's not like, why I got hit. No.
Is there any kind of, let's say, you got 3 people targeting you, right? Is there kind of a couple time or one time use kind of defensive thing that you can do, like with all the characters?
Yep, I was gonna go into that. So when they target you, doesn't mean they're attacking you, because it's blue. When the line turns red, it means you have an incoming attack, which either if the line's from behind you, from the side, or up, now you know it's an incoming attack, disregarding if you're looking at it. That's where your defensive options you have. You have 2 defensive options. You can press L1 and hold it, and you do a shield to block. And that shield has a 3-stage. It has the green one, which is powerful, which you don't get hurt. The more they keep hitting it, it turns yellow, then it turns red, and then it shatters. Like Smash Brothers.
Like Smash Brothers. I was gonna say that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like Smash Brothers. Not sure you guys play Smash Brothers. It has a bubble. The more it keeps hitting, keeps deteriorating until it explodes. And the same thing, you get stunned. If it explodes, you get stunned, and then you get hurt even harder than what it was before. Then if you press any directions, either up, down, left, or right, with the block button at the same time, you do a dodge. You dodge, you are invincible for certain frames, but doesn't mean that you're completely invulnerable. You can still dodge and get hit and land into somebody else's spell that was on their, trajectory. So those are your 2 defensive mechanisms.
And of course, your teammates can see when you're like getting targeted too, right?
Yep, they can see when you're getting targeted and who are targeting who. So if you're teaming up, hey, this person, let me help him. It's all about awareness. There's a lot of awareness. So that's why I say, even when the chaos is happening, it starts to make sense. Gotcha. And it starts to make sense in a form like, what is your role supposed to be?
The first time you got targeted, have you been targeted by all 3 people?
Yes, especially with a character that I use, yes.
The first time you got targeted by all 3 people, did you turn into Light Yagami meeting Ryuk for the first time in the Netflix movie?
Netflix, yes. Internally, yes. I was like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? This is crappy. Like, what am I going to do? And it's all about knowing that I wasn't in a position to attack, and I was attacking thinking that I could beat him. And that situation, then you have to end up in more defensive. Yes. And try to be elusive about it.
Yeah.
So the game also doesn't leave you hanging. The game also not only gives you this defensive mechanism, it also lets you free roam. You can literally run anywhere or glide anywhere you want. Literally every character can fly. They can move anywhere, so you're not restricted to just run or anything. You can fly, jump, climb. It's free roam.
And by fly, you mean they get into their own airship from whatever game they're from, right?
That would be so cool. I never thought about that. That would be so cool because they all have an airship, right? No, they just move like how they're trying to imitate how, not sure if you guys seen it.
Dragon Ball.
Yes, the movie Advent Children from Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
They all are high-flying movement, climbing on buildings and stuff like that. So they're trying to replicate that cinematic battle.
You could just say they're trying to replicate being anime as fuck.
Well, they could do that too. But not all anime fly. Not all anime fly.
Okay, yeah, well, we're not talking about, like, realistic... Wait, Haikyuu. I was going to say Haikyuu, but then I'm like, dude, he's flying.
He literally sustained for 3 episodes in the air. He has to fly. And another thing that tells you this game, I couldn't communicate with... Well, this was in the practice, right? Once I finished the practice, I was like, hey, I think I'm ready for matchmaking. So when I try to go to matchmaking, I was like, to my friends, hey, let me invite you. I couldn't invite them to my team. The matchmaking doesn't allow you for the demo to invite your friends to form a 3-man team and go and battle people. And it's also a rank only. Like, it's ranking only. It's not casual. So you literally rank up or rank down. And
how does the ranking work?
Yep. So the rank works based on wins and the position that you end up in the game, which is the game has a score on how productive you were. Yeah. It breaks it down. How productive you were, if you assisted your teammates, if you were defensive enough, and multiple things. It allows you to do that.
That sounds like a super micromanaging boss.
Yes. Which is really cool. And then at the end, it tells you who was first, second, or third.
But I meant more so like, are the rankings like kind of esportsy, where it's just like, I'm in diamond.
So yeah, so it says rank E. It goes by letters, but also by silver. Bronze, it says E, bronze. Then it goes to E, silver, B, C, A, and all that stuff.
You know, as lore based as this is, it's kind of disappointing to not be able to say,
super bronze.
Oh, I'm ultimate weapon. What are you?
I'm cloud level 99. Which is at least how this game was just the ranking only, right? I'm pretty sure they're gonna do different modes. They mentioned it's gonna be different modes. It was a little bit disappointed. I couldn't jump in with my friends and play it. So we were hoping that during the matchmaking we would meet each other and fight, which it doesn't happen. The game, once it starts, when you pick the character, it allows you to communicate with your teams in a very Nintendo way.
Oh, no.
Yes. You can only talk with commands that they give you the game or what to say.
But how hard is that to do during a match, like, and not being on a PC? Like, on a PC, it makes a little bit more sense because it's a little bit more accessible to doing things like that with the keyboard and stuff. But
no, but it's easy, actually, to be honest. So if you press up on the D-pad, it gives you multiple commands. Tells you, hey, I'm here. It tells you presets of different commands. Some of them is, hey, I got number 4 or number 3, which is the enemy or whatever. Yeah. Or it tells you, help me, I need help. Or, hey, let's do this action together. So it's something that you can just flick your controller, press a button, and it does it. While you're flying, while you're blocking, you could do it all the time at any moment. And even before the match starts, you can actually say those things to communicate indirectly to your teammate. The enemies cannot see this communication that you're saying or telling your teammates either. So I hope they implement party chat into this or any type of voice chat into the game. It's just gonna be too clusterfuck with all the people talking and the game and the explosions and the lines and everything. So that's why I think they did it like that. Hopefully it's still a party chat into the game.
And if anything, like hopefully at the least you're able to party up with your friends, because if as long as you're partying up with your friends, you could just use PSN's party chat, right?
Yeah, correct.
Own personal party.
Correct. At least if it lets you make a team, correct, of your friends. Yeah. And one of the most important aspects of this game, for the gameplay portion, pardon me, Final Fantasy is all about crystals, and they have crystals in this game. They appear randomly. Anybody can hit them. You can target them at any point. Of course, you're going to be vulnerable to anybody else if you're not attacking anybody else. So when you break this crystal, it allows you to summon one of the summons that you can pick prior of the battle. Before the battle starts, it gives you a selection of multiple summons, which are iconic summons in the game. And remember, it's 3-man teams. Whoever picks the 2 out of 3 is the one that's gonna be picked. If it's 3 randoms, it's gonna be randomly selected.
Oh, okay.
So these summons not only are shiny and they do cool stuff, they also comes into the meta of the game because they have special effects. Some of them affect in certain portions of how hard they hit you, or they gives you health, even before being summoned. So maybe you wanna... I see some of them being already always picked, like Shiva and stuff like that. But it's something that you gotta partner with your team and be like, hey, no, let's pick this one, pick this one, and then you end up picking this one.
Yeah, trust me, look, I learned this thing that you can combo this into that if you stand in this position.
With Shiva with this one, right? So the summons are...
but you could just do all that with the D-pad. You could do all those...
commands. Technically, because you could actually tell them, hey, let's summon. Yeah. So the only way to do that is when you break this crystal, you gotta break 2 crystals. They appear random. If you break them successfully twice, then you have enough power to do a summon. To summon this big giant, which is the iconic thing that they have for this game. It's a big giant monster's gonna come, and they're gonna come and do the cinematic. Your character does the cinematic that everybody sees it happening. The game pauses and this guy's doing like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up with fire.
Yeah.
And this big ass monster comes. You're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? So now only you have 3 people fighting you plus a big entity shooting lasers from the sky or fire.
How many did you see so far in the game?
So sorry, yeah, they have Ifrit, Shiva, Ramu, Odin, Alexander, and Bahamut, and Leviathan.
You said Ifrit?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ifrit, Shiva, Ramu, Leviathan, Odin, Alexander, and Bahamut.
Is there
And
anyone
Ramu,
that
8.
is there anyone that you want to see?
Oh, absolutely, there's so many.
Oh no!
There's so many. There's not even.
I opened up like a completely full closet.
Yes.
Well,
Now that you ask, but yes, there's definitely. But it will be basically. I want to see them more as an update come. I think that would be intriguing as an update come. Hey, new summons are coming.
oh, that would be
fantastic. Free summons coming, or even, I hope they're free because then if people pay them, they will have slight disadvantage out they don't have.
Yeah, that would.
So they have to be free. And given how this game is in the arcade mode, they keep doing free updates. It should be like that.
But give me one summon you want. That's not that you haven't seen yet.
Summon that I want
Just
from
one,
here.
yeah.
I would love to see the 3 Magus sisters. It's from Final Fantasy X. They're 3 little bugs girls, and they're hilarious, but they're really powerful. And I would like to see how they complement into the fight and doing so.
That'd be cool. I mean, because there's 3 of them too,
Yes.
right? What if each one of them could
become
do
your
something?
character? What about if you become one of them? Each character.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
But anyway, when the entity comes out, it doesn't fall short, right? It shows the representation of what they are. They don't look lackluster. They don't look very unthoughtful or anything. They represent what they do in their previous game, and it definitely delivers when it shows you. You can literally feel, wow, so this is what the monster feels when they get embodied when I summon the monsters. And all these beams and lasers are coming from different monsters. And when it finish, the opponent also has the ability to do that same thing back to you.
Yeah.
So it's all about a cat and mouse game defending the crystal.
Can they be activated at the same time?
No.
Okay.
If they're both summoning and there's a bar that keeps going up, and somebody tells you, hey, Paul, help me summon, and you press your what is it called? The pad? The pad in the middle of the PlayStation? I don't know what it is. The touchpad. If you touch the touchpad, I help you summon faster. So
Bro, if that was Jeopardy, I would have been stumped.
What did I...
That question right there.
The thing in the pad.
The middle button, right? The
Start?
The halfway point. The
square. So no, and then once it finished, then the other person will have to get the energy again to do it again. It's not like a back-to-back thing together. In the previous game, which is the only thing that made me a little bit disappointed was, or maybe they implement it later, when you break the crystal, but it was a 1-on-1 fight style, it wasn't a 3v3.
Mm-hmm.
When you break the crystal, you will do your character's iconic move or their limit break in their certain games. And you will transform if they transform, or change your appearance based on how it is when you were ready to do that limit break. And it was exciting. And it's like, dude, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm in my purple monkey final 9. You know, and then if you will hit him with one of those HP attacks that I mentioned, it will go into a cinematic mode of what your special attack is.
So basically, like if you're Zidane, you go into trance or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So it's trance, and you turn to purple monkey, which you're gonna be faster and all this stuff. And if you hit him with one of the HP attacks, he's gonna do one of his limit breaks that he will do in his game. And then they will have like a mini game. They will have like a mini game or certain things that you will have to do while it's happening, while the cinematics is happening, so you can increase the damage. So just for an example, if you're Cloud, you would do Omni Slash. If you're different characters, you would do Lionheart, and among others. And I think that was the perfect thing, because it's the perfect representation of your character. You cannot have your character without your limit break. This is the special attack that defines that character, and we don't have them. What we have, at least in the demo, is the summons.
And for the most part, characters have a variety of them. Right?
Absolutely,
You just keep getting stronger and stronger ones.
Yep, but in Dissidia, at least they managed to align it to only one, which was the most iconic one. And that people will be like, oh, right, that was in the game, or that was what it meant to happen. And like Sephiroth will have his one wing and throw the meteor, and it will feel great. It will feel accomplished, as you will know right away where it's coming from. And this game is only with the crystals to summon the summons. I mean, to summon those monsters. Yeah. Which is still great. It's a landscape monster. It feels very nice. It's a very iconic representation of the monster, but it's lackluster for specifically for your character itself.
Gotcha.
I think the reason they did this is because this is a team-based game and not a standalone game where you're the one to shine.
Yeah.
Is your team is supposed to shine in this case. So that's the only thing I'm looking forward into that. I played a lot of the game, literally a lot. The game sometimes even though there will be short games or long games, it wanted me to come for more. The network in the first day was great.
What do you mean by short and long? What would be like the shortest possible, longest possible?
Less than a minute. 2 people get bodied while I'm bodying somebody. Oh crap, we lost.
Oh shit.
Because these people were crappy.
Yeah.
But then again, it was supposed to be me to defend them, but then, you know, and then some of the games is us destroying them really quickly. And it makes you want to, sometimes you had a good fight versus somebody and it finished and you couldn't finish that fight. You still want to get more. You want like the run back. So you go back again to the matchmaking and then you get matched with somebody else randomly and then it lags.
Yeah.
The game in the first day was really good with the net code. I guess the second day when more people start getting in, it was immediately as soon as the game started, it lags. And then it runs smooth and then it lags. So it has a lot of hiccups. It wasn't smooth since day one, I'm going to be honest. So hopefully they take this data and they fix it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody can say that this game wasn't lagging after all.
I mean, it seems to be a reoccurring theme when it comes to like any kind of beta test of anything. There's going to be network issues, and all we can hope is that they're learning from it, you know?
Yes. The game crashed on me multiple times, which I like when it crashed on me because it sends automatically the data to Square Enix. And that's what we need. We needed to test as anything as possible. And then sometimes the game wouldn't start. It was just, I couldn't even close the game. I would have to press home button and close the whole game. So there was a lot of hiccups, but overall experience was very refreshing. I liked it. I wanted to keep coming back for more. I was still wanting my friends to play with me, but they couldn't. It was the only thing that left me back. But I'm definitely looking forward to play it. And for newcomers, I know it might be overwhelming, but it's going to feel like an extension of your controller, every option that is happening. Believe me, trust me, it's going to be. And it's very intimidating in the beginning, very intimidating.
Yeah.
But you definitely, if you take the time, just give it a chance, you're definitely going to see that this is something new, something good. It's something that it could be refreshing for us. Yeah, because definitely for all these fighting games that we're having, something like this, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't. Yeah. Especially for Square Enix that put so much dedication into their games, you're not going to feel left out for this. So I know I said a lot because I have a lot of personal, attachment to Square Enix and Final Fantasy. So that's why I can definitely critique them as much as I can like that, I feel, because I want to have more. And it's all because I want more from that. That's it.
I want Titus and Squall's bio to just be a poop emoji.
Oh, no. And I read them too. So. The last thought that I could say for this game is I'm looking forward for new game modes for this game. At least as in 101, everybody in the forums and everybody's asking, let me have 101. That's the bragging rights. Your character, your Final Fantasy character versus mine. And they mentioned apparently there was going to be 2v2s, which I think is even cooler than 3v3 in my opinion. It's your team.
Honestly, I don't even think it should stop at that. Just do 1-on-1, do 2v2, do 3. See what your community likes doing the most.
Absolutely. And the best one they should do, at least a random weekly or something, a free-for-all. In a game like this,
absolutely.
In a game like this, it would be so beautiful because it's chaotic.
And it comes like you gotta think about how Overwatch was reluctant to do all those extra modes, right? Because they were like, no, this is a team base, 6v6. This is how it's supposed to be, guys. Until finally, it's just like, all right, well, yeah, all right, here, give them this,
and everybody, yeah.
Oh shit, they like it.
They love it.
You know what? I give them this. Oh shit, they like that too. All right, we're just gonna keep adding stuff to the game. I hope they take the same route where they're like, let's see where this goes. The people like it. Let's keep updating it. I know we made it balanced a certain way for 3v3, but let's also balance it for 1v1, for 2v2. Mm-hmm. Hey, in 1v1, let's add limit breaks.
Yes, and that would be incredible. That would be incredible, man. I'm really looking forward to those modes and what else they're gonna bring into that. Definitely. And the arcade version has multiple characters that we don't have yet, so there's a lot to come from this game, man. So definitely looking forward to it.
Lastly, because you that's it.
That's it. All you have to say. Put the
most important part of this game. Does Ali like to watch it?
He's sick at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he will like it because he likes Final 14.
I know. That's
so
why
he probably, if I pick his Stola, he probably be like, I know her.
I know her. She's hot. Woof, woof.
She's a cat.
So Ali's into weird shit. Maybe
I'm gonna say this though, and I don't want to get you hyped, but Sola is a white mage in the game, and she does white mage spells.
I know.
I don't want to get you hyped.
know.
Just want to leave it there.
I'm
She does
over
holy.
here.
She does holy and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna say it.
Never mind. I don't want to.
But great game, definitely. I give him a 6 out of 10 for the lack of luster of gameplay and stuff like that for now. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully when you get the real game, it goes to an 8 out of 10.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
10 out of 10. Bias. Not bias.
10 out of 10 bias.
So what you got for us, man?
Round 2.
Well,
Other than the...
so I played a lot of Street Fighter this week.
Good.
My best friend, who says he's my best friend, but
man.
obviously he's not my best friend, didn't play 60 matches for me in order to get 30,000 fight money.
But I did tell you about the 30,000 free money, so it counts like I did it for you.
But you told me something I already knew.
Damn it!
But luckily, because of that extra 30K that they were giving, I didn't have to wait for Menat. Because that's why I needed the 60, the 60. the extra money, so I can have just enough to buy her as soon as she came out.
That's good.
So luckily that happened, and then I still the next day played I have 40 matches left and played 40 matches online, which wasn't that bad. It was it made me feel like I definitely need because honestly, you and I are always busy.
Yep.
We got jobs.
Yep. Stuff
adult stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We pile on more and more responsibilities as we get older, and that's like a warning to you young kids out there, because
it's coming
and it's gonna go fast. But yeah, it made me feel like, because that's honestly the longest session of Street Fighter V I've ever played. I feel like I played, dude, I don't even think I have the play 300 matches online achievement or something like that, because it's on and off. I play maybe to earn some fight money a little bit here and there, but I really felt like I was getting an understanding of my character, his matchups, all the matchups in the game, player tendencies that are around the skill level that I'm at, and it felt good towards the end of the session because I went up to 2 rankings or whatever, and I didn't expect that. I just expected to grind out those 40 wins and be like, oh god, I gotta play 80 matches and be pretty much where I was left off. But I really felt like I was learning, and it made me feel like, okay, so I'm just not really that terrible at fighting games. I just gotta actually play them, and I'll get better. But I don't know, I felt better about myself afterward. But about Menat.
What did I say earlier?
Menat. I didn't get to play her that often.
Who's Menat?
Menat, we went through this last episode.
Who is it?
She's a new DLC character. She's the 5th character in Season 2 that is DLC out of the 6.
Nice.
She is Rose's apprentice, which was a character that was last seen in Street Fighter 4. And yeah, she is the number 1 waifu right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is if there was waifu wars,
she's winning right now.
And nerds had to fight for her.
That's it.
You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you ever watched Ranma. Have you ever watched Ranma?
Ranma.
Okay, around the first episodes.
Ranma's an anime.
Around the first, Ranma 1/2, whatever. We're not getting into the whole lore of that. But anyway, Akane Tendo, main character of the story, had to run to school, try to get to the front door as fast as she can because she'd have 50 guys trying to fight her so they could earn her love or whatever because of other stuff. Yeah. Other
That's
reasons.
what Menat is doing.
Other reasons that I don't want to get into. But yeah, that is Akane's Menat, and all these fucking nerds are fiending over her because she's adorable.
She is.
Yo, those cat poses work.
She's
apparently.
too good. Those wrist movement like that, so cool.
And it goes to show you how much a presentation for even just a character goes, because her animations are spot on.
So good.
Her design is spot on. Her gameplay is different enough that people are excited about it.
Nice.
Because it's a different kind of zoning. It's it feels like there's a different paced to matches with her right now than there are on other matches.
Nice.
Yes.
Like, can you say if Guile and her both being different zoners is definitely different tempo in the fight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely. Because there's something that she does mentally to other characters that she does, that she excels at,
Nice.
which is making you hesitate. No
Gotcha.
matter what, she makes you hesitate.
Gotcha.
That's like the biggest mindfuck character there is.
No, I thought it was Ken.
He doesn't hesitate, so I don't know if he'll make anybody hesitate. So let me go through pretty much little tidbits I wrote down about Menat, my thoughts on her and what her strong points are and all that stuff. And I'll run those things down as I'm running down her moves. She only has 2 special moves. Wait, before I even get into that, she has 950 health. So in the last podcast, I said she'd be a low health character. Technically, she's like slightly low health.
Just getting there, though.
Yeah, the average is 1,000. 950 is like slightly below.
Because all the armor she having, right?
All the plot armor is strong, yes, on her. So, all that armor added 50. Okay.
Is the nerd's armor the aura to protect you?
She's also at a 950 stun, which is about the same as health. It's like
Gotcha.
not as high,
Not as
not super low. She only has 2 special moves. One of them, I'm gonna say them. These move names I never remember, like on any character, not even my main. So
I hope they're not Bandai Namco.
So I'm gonna say them in this podcast. If you see me out on the street, please don't ask me like or expect me to remember like what the. It's gonna be air grab if I see you again. But her first move I'm gonna get into is Guardian of the Sun.
Oh
So
no,
it's,
so evil!
I let her guard my son any day. So basically, Guardian of the Sun is an air grab, and you can EX it for faster confirm and to confirm it off of combos and stuff like that. It's it's good anti-air because your people jump in, she can grab you. You can V skill into it, so you can hit the her V skill is the reflect. Mm-hmm. There's 2 types of reflect, so you can actually V skill into
the grab.
Oh
wow, okay.
So if you're comboing and do V skill that goes up, she goes right into it.
Pops him up to do that. Nice.
Let me see what I wrote here. The grab has a big arc.
Okay.
So if you whiff, I see it being pretty good for if you're facing off against low mobility kind of characters or characters that don't have an easy time getting to you. It could be a out of the corner option.
Okay.
Because she's.
So the trajectory is very...
Yeah, it's like a huge arc, and the recovery doesn't look that bad when she lands and stuff. So.
Is it because people are more concerned looking at her than fighting her?
You'd hope so if you're maining her. One weird thing about the grab is you cannot do it if your ball is out. She has a move called Soul Sphere, which I'm going to get into next.
That's cool.
But if you shoot the ball out, and you try to do the air grab, you can't do it. It just recalls the ball because it's almost the same motion. Because you're doing a DP, but it's gonna register it as the Hadouken and it retracts the ball back.
So it reads the motion to allow you to do the grab, but because you don't have the grab, it's just gonna give you the
Yes,
gotcha.
But if you happen to recall the ball and they're in the air and the ball hits you,
you can do it.
You can do it.
Wow, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, so you can pretty much cancel right into the air grab.
That's pretty dope.
So like even if you're not looking for it, if you happen to confirm a random like air grab hit,
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. So her Soul Sphere is a crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep calling it orb because it's shorter.
It looks like orb.
It's a ball that it's her crystal ball she's holding, and she's basically doing a long mid-range attack with it, with the ball, and it shoots in 3 different trajectories. So like there's a light, medium, and hard punch version of each one. One goes high, one goes mid, one goes low.
Gotcha.
But I think the one that goes low doesn't hit low for some reason. It still hits mid. Like you don't have to crouch it. Unless that's her standing hard punch. I'm not. This was days ago, bro.
That's fine.
So
it's fine.
I ran through the data real quick. So I'm not too sure if it's actually her low her low soul sphere or her standing H hard punch, which goes low, but I'm pretty sure that one is like, it looks like it's hitting low, but you don't need to block it while you're crouching. It's a pretty versatile move. Like, hold on.
Is it long reaching?
It's like it's long enough that if you're mid range, the ball's most likely going to end up behind you, and that's where
behind you.
Yeah, that's where the hesitation comes. Because even if the character blocks the orb on the way coming to them, they got to worry about the recall.
Like how you mentioned that if I do the DP, the ball will hit me on the way back.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and like if you want to do the high angle ones, it usually whiffs people because most people are at a height where the ball go right over their head depending on where they're standing. But it comes at an angle back down, so it's good for people who are jumping in a lot. Or
so it's a defense mechanism, not only as an attack, you can use it as a defense. Whoa.
Super versatile, one special move. Like it
has pretty dope. Yeah, it sounds
a lot to it. Let me see. So her EX versions of each ball actually is a grab. So it turns, instead of a hit, it turns into a grab, the EX version of it. So if the ball hits on the way out and you press either light punch, medium punch, and heavy I think is the anti-air.
Okay.
So heavy is like an anti-air, another version of like a grab.
Okay.
It's just a different angle. It's like a farther reaching of her like normal air grab.
I'm assuming it's faster too?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because, you're shooting a ball out. It's safer and everything.
Yeah.
So. The other two hit mid, but one of them keeps you close and one of them pushes you far away. Like at the end of the animation, like she grab, one of them leaves you close if you want them to stay close to you. Maybe you have like your V trigger ready and you want them close for mix-ups. Yeah, or you still want to zone somebody, you could just press the other button and.
Can you block it?
Yes, you can block it.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's say if you do like an EX ball, it still stays out there like a regular ball. If you block it, like it goes from like the EX color, like how it like flashes yellow or whatever. And if you block it, it just turns right into a regular ball. So you just recall it.
Then you can recall it, gotcha.
Yeah. You could do a lot of stuff like, all that stuff. You could confirm combo, the air grab into it, like the critical art. You can't input the recall of the orb when you're in the air. So if you're in the air, you can't call it back.
At all?
No.
Can you shoot it from the air? I don't know if she has
No.
Okay. That would be crazy though, because it's like a yo-yo. Keeps throwing it back, bringing it back to you.
Let me see here.
Can you recall the ball as an EX move?
Well, no, because like as soon as the EX, if it's an EX move, it turns into a grab. But if you miss, it just
turns into a regular orb.
And turns into a regular orb. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right here it says.
What super she had? You said.
Hold on.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I went through, like, I'm sorry, I just went freelance on explaining it, but I'm like, oh, wait, but I did notes. But I put notes, and I'm like, okay, I said this, I said that, I said this. Fuck, I should have just read my notes. All right, so we'll just go straight into her command normals or her unique attacks.
Okay.
She has Divine Retribution, which is just her overhead.
Oh, my God.
It's a forward medium kick. It hits 2 times. And if you hit the first time and confirm that you hit and your orb is out, you can cancel to orb recall, so it turns into a combo.
Before the second kick hits.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So if orb is out, you happen to hit the overhead, you could recall your ball to continue a combo or to even keep it safe.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. There's a Judgment of Anubis, which is just that little slide she has that she uses to crouch over to slide under like fireballs. Yeah. And it also like it's also a combo tool too. Like once she has her V trigger up, you can continue combos off of it.
And to activate too, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Can you activate? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like most slides.
Yeah. She has her Kamon kick,
Wow.
which is her Dawson drills. And
okay.
it's
How do you do them? How do you do those?
you do pretty much do down and kick in the air. You press down and kick in the
Dive
air.
kick.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you have 3 versions: light, medium, hard. Each one has a different trajectory. Like the hard one is short, the medium goes a little longer distance, and the light goes, as not
Spiraling.
as diagonal as possible. It has like the farthest reach. You can actually, if you space it out right, you can confirm into a combo off of it. Unlike Dalsum, she can actually jump back and do it. So she could be on the defensive. Let's say you have your V trigger up, and you could, have something to make that safe, or even have the timing of that, and one of the balls that you let loose in the air, you could have that to try and make it across.
This famous jump back in the corner.
I mean, it doesn't look like that strong, but it looks like something like that situationally would throw somebody off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Her notable normals, which is what I'm calling them because I think they're her strongest normal moves. They're her normal attacks, are her standing punch. It looks like a low, like I said, but it hits.
It's mid.
It's like a mid-range. It looks like it's supposed to be something that you can't block if you're standing, but you can block it. But it's still a really good attack. Her standing kick is a super high angle, like anti-air.
Okay.
Her standing hard kick. It's like, I know they showed it in the trailer too. It's like she just does like roundhouse, but the ball goes like like if she kicked a field goal or whatever. And her crouching light punch is really good button. It's like when she has her orb, like it gives her good distance. And keep in mind, the orb doesn't have like a hurt box.
Oh, it doesn't have a hurt box, but it hits you with it.
Yes.
Okay. Cheap.
Her standing medium punch and her standing light punch, depending on how far, like if let's say your characters are doing a jump in, like your opponent's doing a jump in, depending on how far their kick is, because of the orb again, it can hit, it can counter badly spaced like jump ins where they think they could like still jump in and not get hurt, but
by the leg, but the orb is hitting.
But the ball hits you. And all of this is like that I'm saying right now is when she has orb with her.
Okay.
Because if she doesn't have the orb, her normals aren't as good.
Correct. Makes sense.
But if she doesn't have her ball to kind of balance that out, her normals combo better into one another.
And then you could recall the orb to combo those things.
Yeah. Because of the animation that it has with the ball, it like the recovery of it isn't as good as it would be with just having her regular normals.
Gotcha.
Her jumping hard kick is ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah,
with the ball,
like it's
just like Alex's, but safer. Alex is some character. I think he's coming out when Super Street Fighter comes out. I think we mentioned him before. I think he was leaked 2 years ago.
No, I really saw that kick of Menat, and it's really horizontal.
Yep.
It's when the orb hits you, and it lands quickly when she does it. I was like, wow.
I think what's gonna be strong too is her jumping hard punch, because it's pretty much the same thing. It's like an angled punch, but she's using an orb again. But if she's doing it like, let's say like a neutral jump, and it's at a mid range, not like really up close, it keeps her safe.
Pushes away.
Yeah, pushes you away. But again, those aren't as strong if the ball is out there. If you put your ball placed out on the,
you leave it in the counter
on the field. Standing hard punch, crouching hard punch, standing hard kick, and crouching hard kick, all crush counter. The crouching hard punch, which I forgot to mention, is, you know how her standing hard kick is angled a certain way?
Diagonal.
Yeah. The crouching hard punch does the same thing with the ball, but angled higher up.
So for cross up, maybe?
I don't know if it'll work for cross up, but it definitely, it looks like it's for, like right above your head.
Gotcha.
And if you catch it early enough, I'm sure if somebody's trying to cross you up, you'll hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's and her normal grab feels almost to the level of Bison's, because Bison has a really far-reaching normal grab. But I remember when I was fighting against her online, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" I wasn't anywhere close to her where I can grab her, but she grabbed me. Critical art, not much to say about her critical art, which is her super move.
Okay.
It's like it can hit mid range because it's not just like like a grab or like something that has to hit up close. She's still throwing her ball, and it can also anti-air.
Okay.
So like if somebody's jumping in and they're if they're in the vicinity of that ball you put out.
I saw that a lot as a combo ender. A lot of that
too. Mm-hmm. A lot of her stuff confirms into her super.
Gotcha.
Her V reversal is you press it by pressing 3 punches and forward as you're blocking. So that's her one. That's her one defensive move. It's basically she teleports behind her opponent, kind of like Nash's, but Nash's he's still like real close to their opponent. So hers is a little safer.
Okay.
Hers she pushes her.
Of course.
She goes back into her zone, her ball zone or whatever. Her V skill is so reflect. Remember we had mentioned before, I was wondering if you could EX it to reflect the fireballs, but because it's her V skill, there is no EX. It's just, medium punch, medium kick. But she has 2 versions of it. There's the one that she stands normal, and the crouching one. The crouching one actually, like if you see how Dalsum has like an arching fireball. Mm-hmm. She can reflect those kind of angled projectiles.
Poison.
Back.
Take the poison.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All that stuff. So
does it reflect super?
I haven't seen it, but I highly doubt it reflects super.
Please try it. Menat up to you.
Well, I'd rather see it for the first time in tournament.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because I doubt I'll touch this character again. Let me see, where am I with the V skills? The interesting thing about this V skill that I noticed is that whatever it reflects back the length of the projectile. So you know how Akuma has like short fireballs? Yeah. Uh-huh. If she reflects his short fireballs, it's not like she'll have a long fireball back. It'll just go the length of that fireball back to him. Interesting. Yeah. Let me see here. So like, there's kind of this is kind of like a really interesting mechanic to have, because technically there's a lot of characters that have things that bypass fireballs in this game. Yep. The fireball game is not as strong as it used to be in previous Street Fighter iterations, but hers is the first legit fireball reflect. Like let's say Nash's V skill, he just absorbs the fireball. Bison can absorb it and then throw it back to you. Urian's Aegis is a V trigger. You got to use your V trigger for it, and you got to use it. And not everybody has a fireball, so but hers is like legit, because hers it can hit also. It can also be combos it can hit people's bodies, and it can hit projectiles as well when like throughout the whole match. Gotcha. So hers is the first of its kind in the game. I forgot to tell you names of the V skills, because each one of them. Which one's that? The standing one is Kamal, and the crouching V skill is Stella.
Stella, like the drink?
Like the beer, yes.
Oh, nice. That's the wow. Okay.
So onto her V trigger. This is her most this is probably gonna be her most fun mechanic. It is done. V triggers are done in the game using hard punch, hard kick at the same time. Whenever you get the meter for it, and she pops out 6 balls, right? And if you remember, Rose, she had one where it was like she had two orbs revolving around her body, but these orbs don't have any kind of hitbox to them, or hitbox or whatever. Like if they can just be there.
Floating.
Yeah, just floating, not hitting anybody.
Clipping everyone.
The only way to hit is if you activate them.
Okay.
So I had a really annoying time doing her trials, because in the fucking game, they don't tell you how to activate it. They just tell you that
this is how you do it.
Yeah, this is how you press the buttons, but they don't go,
this is how you use them now.
It's not like you just press the button. You have to kind of release the button to release each ball.
Really?
Yeah.
So basically you press to hold the ball just for argument purpose, and when you release it, we shoot the ball.
Yeah. So let's say you hold all your 3 punch buttons. It'll, after you release them, you could those three balls will go.
Can you do it individually?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, but then you have to hold individually. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a lot of
So cool.
swag
Yes,
for combos
yes.
and mix up setups, all that stuff. So yeah, that was really frustrating because I was stuck on one and I couldn't understand how to do it. And I was like, but how does the ball come out? Like, and I was there for like 20 minutes. I'm like, Vanessa, can you please go Google how to do this? And then as soon as she told me that little bit of information, I did it. I was like, fucking game. Why couldn't you just explain that in game?
Call Capcom. See the meme of calling Capcom?
Yeah, so that was a little aggravating, but yeah, that's how you do that. The two balls on top, they're meant for anti-air because it phases right through standing opponents.
So it goes all the way over their head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes right through their bodies. It looks funny when it's going through Abigail because it's literally going through his like chest stomach area. But you can but they're still useful if you want to use them in another way, because if you're in the air and you let go of the buttons, whatever one lets go comes down at an angled. They activate and go down at an angled downward motion.
From where you at?
From in the air.
Okay, gotcha.
Because all of them, when you activate them, they all go straight if you're just standing.
Gotcha.
And if you're crouching, they go at an angle up if you let them go. Even more versatility.
Because you could alternate between standing and crouching.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
So, it's like, I see this, like, I don't know if you've seen any combos. I see this being, it's almost like if all the hits hit and you do, like, optimal combos, it's going to feel like almost like Guile's Sonic Booms, where it's like you're doing a lot of work, but you're swagging out on these combos. You know, it's damage? Like, and the damage is pretty decent. The damage is really good sometimes, but you can easily waste damage potential with that V trigger. So it's like hit or miss. I mean, the more people get used to how to use it, the better it'll be for Menat mains. But
it'd be good for a timeout like that, because you're just stalling enough with the combo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, her game is like making her opponent second guess and hesitate.
That'll be good.
So, my closing thoughts on Menat are I got let me just read the notes on this part, just so I remember, because this part I can't just go, oh yeah, her V trigger, let me just fucking talk
Crimson
about it.
of the Judgment.
So, just little notes I wrote down, like, about her. Menat mirrors with similar colored balls will be awkward, because I saw that. Like, if you have a similar, like, all of her balls kind of kind of resemble the outfit she's wearing, the outfit color.
Okay.
So let's say if you have a different color, like a different skin Menat, but it's still kind of blue, like two blue balls, like,
because the orbs are blue though, the V trigger.
Yeah, and all that, like, just kind of in the screen at all time. Yeah, of course. I happened to say balls and two blue balls. So, which is what she's giving all these fucking Ebo's. Right? If it gets a little confusing, I was watching. I'm like, wait, whose balls? What is this? How are they not?
We need to organize this.
You gotta gather up your balls, young lady.
Pick them up.
Let me see here. I already said that about the how her V trigger is. She has decent damage. Okay. Because I was worried about her damage before, but well, from what I've seen, it's enough to chip away at people. It feels like it feels a little stronger than Dalsim, because Dalsim can get blown up. I think she'll have an easier time because of the hesitation in people. Getting past that. She doesn't do like super high damage, but she does really good damage if you use her correctly. I think characters with parry kind of moves, armor kind of moves, and dodge kind of moves will give her trouble. Yeah. Because, if you see a ball coming back, you can parry it, you could armor through it,
push through it. Yeah,
you can maneuver around it. So probably like a bad matchup might be like Balrog, because you can just turn as the thing's coming or going. You can turn and then just fucking punch her in the face.
If he does the tackle thing, right?
Yeah.
Or goes under, I guess.
Yeah. Or does EX chain as it's going out, because she's still in recovery mode as it's going out.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Trigger, like, her trigger will be good for when she's, let's say, at a high stun situation where she's about to get stunned, because it pretty much stops your opponent.
Sure.
So if she's at high stun, like if she's like at the point of being stunned and like and you just pop V trigger
And throw everything at them. Throw the kitchen sink at them. Leave me alone.
You know, there's already like swag combos with her doing her taunt and then continuing the combo.
I was about to ask you about her taunt.
Her taunt is S tier, guys.
It's incredible.
Her taunt and her walk are S tier. Confirmed. I think the way she's gonna work out for the first half of her existence is gonna be back
before she gets disintegrated.
Who knows? Who knows? Because if there is this huge change, who knows where everybody's gonna be in the people's personal tier list.
True.
But I think she's gonna be a character that people are gonna find a lot of things, like mains are gonna find a lot of things as they go along, but people are also gonna find a lot of counters to it.
Yeah, because they play it more, the more they play it.
As soon as if something feels strong enough, people are gonna try and lab it up. I personally have decided that a deal skin that she needs is a basketball player outfit, and her crystal ball has the little basketball,
like Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes,
and
she could dunk, bro. She goes,
you know what I'm talking about? Like that song they do.
And then she can add like taunts with her doing like spinning the ball trick or whatever. Matchup wise, I did some stuff in the lab with against my main Nash, right? I think it's pretty even right now, the matchup with her, cause
non-biased, by the way.
No, absolutely. Usually people who have people who have mains are like, oh, she totally. I should be like, oh, it's like 8-3. Nash can't do anything. That math doesn't add up. 8-3, goddammit. 8-3.
Because we got the run back in there, and then we did it.
But I honestly don't think Nash has a bad matchup against her. It seems like it's gonna be pretty even, cause Nash's V skill can throw back any of her middle ball attacks. Like if she's throwing the ball, or if she's even not if she's throwing it. But yeah, but if she throws her ball and it's like at the mid range, his V skill just throws it right back. It's literally like going take your fucking shit back. It just goes right back to her. Take your fucking ball out of here.
Take this shit out.
He can punish her standing hard punch with scythe. With his medium scythe, the one that kicks, like let's say if she whiffs, as soon as she whiffs it and you do scythe right in front of it, she can get punished off of that. His bazooka knee can close the gap in real good. Like let's say she throws the ball behind me and she's still kind of in recovery mode. I just bazooka knee, I'm in her face. You know?
And you didn't have to use super armor or anything to block.
Yeah. And also with some of her normals too, like let's say her standing medium and other moves that are kind of okay, like. In the neutral or whatever, Nash has long enough limbs and a decent enough way in to get to her. Yeah, he can get to her.
Yeah, because the front kicks that he has and all the stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The biggest thing that would be in Nash's favor is her reflect, because if he throws the sonic boom, he's building meter. If she throws the reflect and reflects the sonic boom back to him and he absorbs it, he builds his trigger. Yeah. So I think in that kind of negates.
Yes, you give him more and more resources than you're taking.
So I think, but I still, but she's still a fucking pain in the ass to get to. So I think it's pretty even right now.
So it becomes a standstill there because not only you're building, but you're not getting through her defense. Yeah. That's
basically all I got on her. That's it.
I do have a question about Menat though.
Yeah.
Do you see her in top 8?
She's this is her first week out.
No, but correct.
Do I see her?
Yeah.
If Abigail can make it, she can make it.
But Abigail is an anomaly.
If Abigail, but I think she's in that same anomaly realm, but just in a different playstyle.
For me, it feels from what I've seen that she's a more rewarding resource character than the resource characters that we already have.
Yeah.
She seems like it's more rewarding because yes, it helps you. But yes, you can also not depend all on it. Not like other characters like Dawson. Once again, like he don't have a resource, but his gameplay has to be most likely in the same. or Jury, you have to charge up your things, or Alex, you have to charge up that charge thing. The clothesline. So those resource characters feels a little bit depending on that, and she seems, based on her damage and what her normal, seems to be helping her out more than just depending on those. Oh, I gotta throw this orb to be effective. I gotta be this to be effective again. Like you mentioned, the hesitation there, even if you don't have that extra limb, is still doing its work independently, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Now, based on my personal experience on people being affected by mind games, it doesn't work on brain dead people. It doesn't work on people that they don't know the awareness of their danger, and that can backfire you. Not in the hands of a pro, obviously, but normally in our average player.
I think the tool she has, though, for the brainless players, she's going to be a problem, like how Dalsum at low levels is a big problem for people, how Geef at low levels is a big problem for people. You know, like if a skilled Menat versus those brain dead people, I don't think they're gonna be able to handle it.
But they will have to play it in a different way, though. They wouldn't have to play.
They'll just stop. They'll stall. They'll just stop, because when people that jump in a lot, when people that just, you know, DP a lot, just raw tatsu a lot, you know, like the people that do a lot of those things, she has tools that just stop it, and then they'll just be stuck.
Gotcha.
Because she has a lot. Especially like with the jumping, because they love to fucking jump in. Especially when she shuts that down, they're gonna be so confused. Because she has the air grab and stuff like that. And then they'll be like, "Oh, whatever, I got Hadoukens," and guess what happens to that Hadouken? It goes right back to them, and then they gotta jump, and then they get standing roundhouse kick.
Then they go to GameStop and they trade the game.
I want my $20 back.
Oh my god. Oh man. I'm happy that the way they brought this character in terms of, like I mentioned in the previous podcast, on how she looks and how the community are responding to her. It's so good. So many videos. Everybody's positive about it. It's a fresh start from Abigail. And Abigail, once again, is in a good light. But this girl right now is taking the crown, like you mentioned, you know, the wife awards and everything, which is good. I like it. It's good energy towards the game. Great.
You know, and you know, it kind of sucks that it's just cool to have a character that the kind of work you have to put in is rewarding, but let's say Nakali jumps in on her once, and like it's with a hard punch, crouching hard punch, stomp to super,
clawy things.
Yeah, just stomp to super, like it's literally the easiest fucking combo I've to damage.
It really is
in the game. Probably it's like you get one Nakali jump in like that, and you know you gotta work extra hard to
get back into that.
To do the same amount of damage.
That's true. Or at least be more strategic about when you could just jump in and do that. Yeah, absolutely. Not sure if you know, lore-wise, Nikali is Ken when he went to the jungle, so they both play the same. Oh. That's why they both play the same, you know? Oh, man. But yeah, definitely.
But Ken has athlete's feet. I don't know how.
Yeah.
His feet trigger just fire.
Oh, those fucking things that he stepped on the jungle. So what we got? We got our secret. We got our secret game.
Which we didn't do the Capcom stuff.
Oh, we didn't? No, we didn't.
Where we at? Where we at on time?
Where are we at?
Let's see how much
Let's
time
see if
we
have time for a secret game. I don't know, guys. Stay tuned for the secret game yet.
All right, we could do the Capcom.
We could do the Capcom.
Okay, I don't know if we could do the secret game.
Let's see, guys.
So basically, the reason David and I want to do this, right, is because based off of DLC and skins, like Capcom always has a lot of skins and skins and skins. Like you could see it from Street Fighter V's history, where they're like, "Hey, fix this, fix that. Here's some more skins. Hey, cool. Thanks for the skins. But did you guys think about fixing that and that? Well, here's some more skins. You know, like." So we're thinking we're thinking there's gonna be a lot of skins in the game. From the Marvel side, there's like so many years of lore for so many of these characters that it'll be really easy for Capcom or even Marvel to be like, hey, put this in there, put that in there. And even like if it's not off their comics, they could do it off their movies. Hey, put movie who the hell's in there?
Whoever.
Put movie skin Hawkeye.
Yes.
But for Capcom, it's a little different because they've just had, for the most part, there's characters in there that just have a small amount of iterations to who they are. Some of them don't even like, let's say some of them, like, whatever skins they have already for themselves, that's it. That's all they got.
That's it.
Like, let's say Arthur, like, hey, what about a DLC skin of his, like, gold armor? Oh, no, it's a part of his mechanic. Never mind.
Let's
like,
put him on his trousers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he already
he has that. It's part of his mechanic,
Let's
too.
remove it from the game. 4 skins for Chun-Li and Ryu.
So, me and David and I are going to go through each Capcom character, which right now isn't so many. It's like 16, 15, kind of confirmed, kind of all of them. We'll go through every one that we think will be in the game, one by one. Starting with David, because he has more than I do.
Okay, Chris. I was already hitting here waiting for yours. Like,
So, yeah, right. Hopefully, like, some of these, like, you guys agree with, or have your own ideas, hit us up on our YouTube or whatever.
On our social media.
Or our social media. all double KO radio. But yeah,
That's
David,
right.
who we starting with?
So let's start it off, right? Not alphabetical order. Okay, sorry, I forgot.
No, we'll take
good.
we'll take turns.
So, Nemesis in the game, right?
Yeah.
So we have a returning character from Ultimate. I want him to have his Resident Evil 2, which is called Mr. X. Given that Nemesis was part of Resident Evil 3, which happens at the same timeline, same time, same place, Mr. X happened to be first there. So Mr. X is, tall guy with a trench coat, still looks more... It looks like the gentleman version of Nemesis.
Yes.
Like the one that is going to drink a tea and then fuck you up. I think it would be great because it looks more intimidating for me, And it resembles a little bit more like...
It would make the fanboys really happy.
Yep. And the other one would be for me of him, the one that is in Resident Evil 4, that is Las Plagas, which is the tall guy that looks almost like him too.
What's his name?
I couldn't remember his name because I couldn't find his name. But normally because Mr. X would be my ideal choice, but it also resembles a little bit of that character in Resident Evil 4.
Got
So it's a mix of both, that you could get for the fans.
What about his last DLC for Marvel 3 where he was a giant poop with pants?
When it was
on?
Hanky? Mr. Hanky?
Mr.
He was
Hanky.
Mr. Hanky.
But, he's one of the better looking characters in the game with how much detail he has.
In what game? In this game?
In this game right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe,
So
maybe that skin will look a little better.
He don't drools.
The Mr. Hanky skin.
In this game. I wonder why.
I don't know.
I think they forgot. Oh, right, he drools. Guys.
It's like Doctor Strange's hands.
Yes, don't get me. Because modders out there, please put gloves on Mr. Doctor Strange. Go ahead, who you got?
I got Spencer.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, you fucked. You had him. Good, I was like, fuck, did I have him? No.
Okay, yeah, I got him. So for Spencer in Marvel 3, he had his rearmed version of himself.
Yeah.
But it was it's like the not mustache one, or did it have a mustache?
Red hair, no mustache.
Okay,
very Ken looking.
Yeah, but there's technically like a mustache version. I could see that one happening, but that's not what I would choose. What I would choose is his original first game, because his hand isn't even like bionic. It's like a gun hook thing.
It's like a slingshot.
But like if you just make the same kind of hitbox, like his big hand be like the gun, like he's pistol whipping people with a big gun. Because it still does the hook thing. Like I think that would be cool. It's just they're gonna have to modernize the outfit a little. And another one, there was like, I'll have it up on YouTube, the picture, but because I don't have it right now. But it's like he has this weird like completely 80s looking silver armor, like chrome, like kind of outfit for like on the Game Boy cover of one of his games, like one of the Bionic Commando games. I think that would be cool too, as opposed to having the rearm skin.
Yep.
Your turn.
I actually like a lot of the Nintendo Bionic Commando. It was really difficult game. So I got Arthur.
Yes.
So I know Arthur, like you mentioned, is kind of difficult, right, to say.
Yeah.
Hear me out, Capcom. So
I actually got an idea for
I
it.
got two. So
okay, go.
So for
go
Arthur, we have, to keep it classic, Capcom has a game called Knights of the Round, which is a side-scrolling game, medieval game.
Yeah.
And there's a guy named Arthur there. There's a guy named Arthur. He has the medieval type of armor, still with armor in there. He has a sword. He could pick up a lance too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they picked it up from the same thing.
Yeah.
He looks like Jesus Christ, to be honest. He has all this beard, long hair, brown, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's how he looks. I was like, hey, they can do that. Hey, Arthur. Or they can do a exclusive skin for PS4 with Shovel Knight.
No.
And for Xbox, they could do a Castle Crasher with different colors would be different Castle Crasher.
Dude, bro, that would be amazing.
Think about that.
That's way better than my idea.
Bro, when I was writing it, I stopped because I got hyped saying writing it. I was like, yo, this is...
And
I tapped myself.
Instead of the javelins, he could throw shovels.
Yeah. Yes. And the Castle Crasher, they throw stuff too.
Yeah,
so.
they throw stuff too. All I was going to say is, like, he could have a skin of Maximo.
Yeah.
He could do that. Like another knight thing.
Think about Shovel Knight there.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool.
Who you got?
I got Mega Man X.
Oh, okay. Oh. Let me shut up.
So he already has a skin. He already has his skin from Commander Mission
X.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say is I would like to see his Mega Man Legends one where his hair is like loose and flowing and stuff like that. His robot hair. Mm-hmm. I like his Battle Network skin.
They're really cool.
I like that one. I would say also, like, if they're not ever gonna put him in the game, I would say Proto Man would be a cool skin for him. And for the trolley, for history's sake, on how Capcom trolled us before.
Yes.
Mega Man's box art, his Mega Man 1's box art skin.
In his movement and that, but he's still talking serious, but he looks like a fixer.
Remember him in Street
Yeah,
Fighter
but he's a
second?
human
Yeah.
thing. But oh no.
Alright, that's it for Mega Man.
The Proto Man, I think it would be great for Zero more than
You think so?
yeah, because red and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I think it'd be, I don't know.
Remember Smash?
But isn't Proto Man a prototype of Mega Man?
Yeah,
So
but he was the Zero of the game. Okay.
I don't know.
That's Capcom. That's Capcom. Look.
I don't know.
Let's take it out. Now they said Battle Network. Last time we saw a high render Battle Network was in Smash Brother, Mega Man Smash. When all the Mega Mans comes and shoot you.
Yeah.
Battle Network is there.
Yeah.
Capcom.
Hello.
So my next one, who I got? I got Chris. Everybody's reload. Everybody's favorite Spanish soldier, I guess.
Everyone's favorite Leon.
Damn. Next one. All right, let's go. So for him, I have his heavy metal outfit for Resident Evil 5. It's like a Mad Max type of armor.
Oh, that sounds
He has
dope.
the thing. He has the leather
I don't think
jeans.
I've seen that.
It's very Mad Max type of thing, and it fits good. You know, I guess it's different.
Is there any kind of yaoi on that?
Yeah, definitely has shirtless, you know, whatever.
It sounds like
he has a lot of leather.
Once you said leather.
Yeah, a lot of and Chris, you know, go together. Him or have his Resident Evil Revelation 2 Barry skin, which is the latest iteration of Barry, so it will look the better version in the black.
And his Magnum seems like a pretty good, pretty important mechanic to him, so it would make sense. Because that was Barry's signature
weapon, yeah. But I picked specifically Resident Evil Revelation 2, more updated model. It wouldn't look that bad, I guess, in this 3D model. Who you got?
I got Mr. Mike Hagar, the mayor.
All right,
so hear me out on this.
all right.
So I want his Saturday Night Slam Masters outfit, right?
Okay.
With the championship belt you get for beating the game, right? And in the beginning of the match, like when they're entering the ring, he has this like neck towel, like this little neck towel. It just has a neck towel, right? What? Why are you saying
Capcom? I'm thinking in Capcom. Nope. Nah.
Wait! Don't man me yet, Capcom. Look! He's got his neck towel, right? And when he has that outfit, it turns into his taunt. So like you could just because he throws it off before he goes in the ring. So like let's say you're doing shit and you fucking throw your towel off mid taunt and you're like, oh, he's angry. I
can't play.
Yo, imagine throwing the towel and hitting a level 3.
I can't play him. I can't play him, bro.
And also like if they keep the similar hurt box, whatever. He could actually switch the pipe to a chair, like a steel chair, because you could pick up a steel chair in that game and hit other wrestlers.
And then, the chair just have to be vertical or something. Just
bam. Yeah,
that would be great.
Also, his mayor office closed whenever he's in his cutscenes in Final Fight before he finds out that his daughter's taken or whatever. He's Liam Neeson.
He is.
His daughter keeps getting taken.
Yeah, all the time.
Thirdly, because
he has 3.
There's 3.
Okay.
There's 3. His Streetwise Hagar. Do you remember that game? The really bad Final Fight game.
The one that
Streetwise.
was like, they looked like Roblox.
Kind of, and it was like a kind of third person, free roaming a little.
Yeah, it looked like.
But the outfit itself looks kind of all right, and it would fit this this graphical style because it's a little bit more realistic
Shitty.
looking, and it's cool. No, it's actually like a decent look for Hagar. I would like to see that.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Oh my god.
But my number one would be Hagar from the Game Over bomb on his chest screen.
Carrying it the whole time?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
And then if he wins the game, like he diffuses it if he wins, but if he loses, he just kind of blows up.
That's
on
crazy. So then you can even revive him with Soul Gem. Fuck, you picked that skin?
it. If anybody doesn't remember, his UMVC skin was his Final Fight 3 skin,
Which is amazing.
which would still be cool too,
Amazing.
even though it has this
Long
dumb
hair.
ponytail.
Tidy ass
Party in the
pants.
back.
That's right.
All right, what you got, buddy?
I got Chun-Li.
Nice.
So,
It's 3 fighter.
yep. So I have two versions of her. So I have her Officer Chun-Li,
Yeah.
which it can be the newer version or the version that she had in one of her endings, which it was in Street Fighter 2, which is really retro, which I like, to be honest, with the little hat, stupid hat that she had.
What was the? I can't remember right now, but her
Interpol.
Interpol, right?
Interpol.
I would want like a really Interpol looking, not like a regular cop, like a beat cop, like if
So it'd be a
one
suit.
that shows
It'd be a
that
suit.
she's really important to like her company, like
Yeah.
like a higher up kind of position.
Yeah, because the one in Street Fighter 5 just looked like a regular cop.
Yeah, like she
Like
not
she
even
does
like a regular
traffic.
cop, like a traffic cop,
Yeah.
like she's
Which
just
her
like,
pants looks amazing. Though.
yeah, it's like you'd want to get a ticket
Take it from her, yes. Or have any of her premium costume that has the hair loose.
Yeah,
Either the one that was for the summer or the one that came with the first DLC, which was the black one, which
Yeah.
became very popular. That one. Or Ugly Face Chun-Li. Yo, I hit you with that too.
you know, but because hold on, you know what hit me? The best part about that is that you'd have to pay for it.
How hit me back? How you reflect me, Menat, to me? Yo, that would be Capcom, bro. And people will buy it. You know what? I'm gonna be super honest with you. People will buy it to troll. Oh, that's the ugly Chun-Li. With the fucking fish face she has. and shit.
Yo, that would be hilarious.
Alright, who you got?
Well, I got somebody that we don't have out yet,
Okay.
which is Sigma. We haven't even seen gameplay of this guy yet, and it's like a couple weeks out till the game. So hopefully these next two cons that are happening this upcoming week, maybe we'll get to see a Sigma trailer since it's getting close.
Extremely close.
You know,
3 more
give
weeks.
us a reason to want that character. So that character, you can see that he's from the still shot that he has, he's his Sigma from X1 version because he's got his regular cape, he's got a sword on him.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question before I go into the costumes: if Sigma, since he looks like his X1,
First version.
yeah, his
Mhm.
first version. If Sigma has a dog, are you gonna main him?
It has to be a wolf to get Sigma. But yes.
Okay, I'm just saying. It looks like a dog. It's a purple dog.
Yeah. Like if Mega Man would have Rush in any form anyway, then I keep losing.
Look, I'm
Fuck.
playing with you. I keep losing though, because I don't really want to play with him. So, my first choice, for strictly trolly reasons,
For Sigma.
for Sigma, is to have his X2 version because he has Wolverine claws.
He does. Oh my god, I forgot. And they're really crappy too, dude. They're really. If you have we're gonna hopefully give you some images.
His X3 version where he has like these bone wings and stuff, that looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would want his Reaper X4 version, but we kind of got Jetta with the Reaper scythe thing, you know, like he's...
Give him a Reaper in
I
there.
don't
People
know.
like edgy stuff.
I don't know.
Okay, Capcom.
His X8 one is his most different looking one, which is his Belial Sigma. He looks evil, but it looks different. Like he there's no type of like, what's his name? Toy Story
Buzz Lightyear.
look
Buzz Lightyear,
at
yeah.
all to that. But it's just mainly because it's different. Mainly because I know it will sell because he looks edgy, you know, like he looks
newer,
like he really
new
does
toy.
look like a bad guy.
Your
But
new toy.
like what you said before a couple weeks back, him with the tattered cape when he's all fucked up, like after he gets beaten one of the times when he turns gigantic, that would be really cool too. Because Capcom's known for giving like battle worn DLC skins, so that would be cool too. What you got? What do you have left? Who do you have left?
I have a couple of them. So I have Dante.
You have a couple?
Yeah, bro.
The fuck you started? How many you got?
1, 2, 3, 4 more.
You have 4?
Yeah, how many you have? 4 more.
One.
How?
See, that's why I was asking you how many you had before because I felt like I had too little. You're a piece of shit. Go. You got 2 next. 2 now. You got 2.
How you full of tantrum? I want more character.
I want more character. No, go. You
All right, so Dante.
talk for the rest of the show. Since apparently it's your show.
Oh my god. Wait, I need to say this.
This is the last episode of Double KO Radio.
Breaking news, double KO.
Has disbanded.
They have pictures of us like walking separate ways.
Alright, so what do you got?
Alright, so I got Dante.
Character hog.
Of course you got more characters. So Dante for Devil May Cry 4, which is his more adult, older version of him. And so you fuck me up. And then also having his devil trigger with that. I don't want him to have that skin that also the devil trigger looks the same. I want him to have this different devil trigger. Actually looks more menacing for Devil May Cry 4. Also be a good outfit for him to have the God Hand protagonist outfit. He has a trench coat.
But that's if, like, I would love these kind of things if Capcom has no plans of putting those characters.
They're not gonna put that dude there, bro. They don't even know that character exists. So give it to Dante.
Okay,
because
okay.
he's very swag, he's very
Yeah.
exaggerated. He will fit the criteria, and then that's it. You know? And then that's a shitting on you. Hey, you're not gonna get this character, you gotta skin.
Yeah.
So I got Firebrand. So for Firebrand, I wanted him to have Astaroth. So Astaroth is not the devil that you always see, which is the mouth thing in the stomach.
Oh yeah.
Not him.
Not
That's the other
him.
one. This game is very evil. by
The
the
one
way.
from Soul Calibur. Yes, the game is very evil. It's definitely
Yeah, you gotta literally fight Satan minions
yeah.
and to get to
Yeah.
Satan, literally Satan. And then there's somebody hiding Satan, which is Astaroth.
Yeah.
Who God knows who the hell is it?
I gotta see what it looks like just to make sure because I honestly don't remember. I just remember the big ugly.
Yeah, the mouth thing. So
Mouth
this
thing.
Astaroth is a little bit more humanoid type of thing. It still looks very evil. It's still red, whatever. So I
Yeah.
figure because it's still red, it looks like a humanized version of Red Demon, right?
Yeah.
Which would be cool because, you know, a demon being more humanized, supposedly more power. So let's see.
What about from his Gargoyles quest cover where he's like a green thing
Like
with
a little
little
thingy.
little medieval skirt thing.
Nope. He had the ultimate version of him was really crappy. The armor thing, I never liked it. I have Frank West, and then you go.
No, I'm going last. Fuck
Okay.
you. Don't do all your shit. I got one left.
How did this happen?
I don't know.
It was my fault.
I don't know.
So Frank West, so I want him to have Nick Ramos from Dead Rising 3. Nick Ramos is like the person that is a mechanic.
Oh, that
So-
guy. Okay, I don't know him by name.
He's a mechanic, so
Yeah.
it fits good in this whole mechanical
Yeah.
making your own thing. Or any X-Men representation character as a troll, because in his game he suits himself as other characters.
Yeah.
And I want him to have any X-Men representation of character, either Wolverine or like even Professor X or something like that. Outfit on him.
That would be hilarious, but I think it's highly unlikely.
No, it's not gonna happen.
If he does do it again, it'll be another character that Capcom is withholding from us.
Yes, definitely. But that would be cool. I would like to see
like
something trolling.
his cross-dressing one, where he's like BB Hood.
Yeah.
He's got a BB Hood one. That would be really cool.
Or like a Rio, he'd be like Rio or Guile or Zangief. He has it in his game. He has it in his game, so that would be it. And then for
Zangief
last,
would be really cool.
would be funny with the chest hair and everything.
Yeah, because then he'll have a partner with Hagar,
Yeah.
Wrestling Boys.
And then for last, Morrigan. Morrigan was really difficult to find like a different version. Not because we can think of one, it's because Capcom doesn't change his character for shit.
Yeah.
At all, anything.
Maybe she could like have a Dimitri suit. Because he's like totally... He has the tightest pants in all of Capcom history.
Like, he's Dominican, you know? Yo, we in points. You know he is, bro. He don't have socks in those boots, bro. Yellow crater. So.
Oh man.
So Morrigan, I want her to have Ingrid outfit. Ingrid is still like British, England, like that.
That would be really cool.
And he could do those snarty talk and all that stuff, whatever.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I'm sorry if it's offensive for that accent. But whatever that accent is, British or whatever, it would be great because that character fits that and she's very like that, high end. Yeah. So Ingrid would be great.
Yeah, that would be good. I didn't think about that at all, but I think that's a really good
because remember,
choice.
Ingrid, nobody knows her power, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
There's like a little cult following for Ingrid, but most people don't like her.
Like
but
Alex.
It's still like like Alex. Exactly like that.
Exactly like that. And that's it. All my 20 characters. So
nice. Where are we on in time? I just want to know. Give me an update here.
I'll get you right now.
Just to see if we have any time for Puzzle Fighter.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh no, you messed it up. We're okay. We're okay. We're hitting our normal,
our special broadcast.
So I got Ryu left. He already has the skin.
The original guy.
Oh wait, I didn't do 0. I got 2 left.
You a piece of shit.
I got 2 left.
You play me.
I totally played you. So 0, to match X, he could have his command mission outfit, which is a slightly different. No boobs, no bulb boobs thing. So that's I never was a fan of that thing because it's just confusing. And then 0 of the one I would prefer would be the one from Mega Man 0.
Mega Man X0, yeah, so good. That one is so cool.
Yeah, so that's about it. Before he had a Mega Man skin, maybe they could bring that back though. 0 in Mega Man skin.
Like regular?
Like how he did from
Capcom
yes,
3. Yes.
So anyway, next, since I have 2 left.
You imagine they bring that, bro?
Oh, that would be
0 having Mega Man X outfit.
But here's the thing, like,
stupid.
I don't mind if they add that in if they're going to be giving us just way too much stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if we're getting like a billion things and you're like, yeah, I could pick and choose. But if it's like, oh, cool, 0 got a skin this year, but it's just Mega Man.
That's gonna be in the $29.99 Ultimate Marvel's Capcom DLC pack.
All right, last one is Ryu. He already has an evil Ryu skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like Ryu to have a skin of Ryu from Breath of Fire.
Oh my god, you fucking was like, what? Wait, what? Like regular redhead Ryu? That would be fantastic. That would be too godlike. Like, with the white shirt and the crappy pants.
And the crappy pants.
Oh
and,
my god.
He'll have his sword sheath.
Katawa thing. Oh man, that would be incredible.
I don't see them. They haven't done anything Breath of Fire in like 10, 12 years, and
more than that,
whatever it was really crappy.
Yeah, the mobile game crappy.
So oh my god, the mobile game.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think that would be really cool because it's like I told you before, like remember when we talked about Breath of Fire stuff, and it kind of just hit you when I said they're not gonna put him because there's already a Ryu, and then you just was like, oh god.
And the cool thing is in Breath of Fire,
they'll think like that.
Yep. In Breath of Fire, you could do Regime Demon actually in the game. You could get the move Regime Demon, and he does the same move, and you could get Hadouken too.
He can turn into a dragon too, right?
Yes.
I mean that's a mechanic all in its own. That it's on itself.
When he does the Chinchoryu, instead of turning Hadou Ryu to cleansing,
he can turn into the dragon.
Yo, stop! And then Mustang comes and kills her.
Capcom, please.
Heroes out.
So back to the evil Ryu skin though. Throughout Ryu's history, evil Ryu has had primarily the same look as Ryu, just with a little bit redder hair, red eyes. Kind of gets Spanished up a little with a little dark skin, like if he went to the Caribbean.
Until 4.
Until part 4, where he had an extra skin, where like he had a hole in his chest. Sometimes you see him with long hair, but in this iteration, he's got white hair, and he's still got like that lava kind of stuff that he had with his the hole in his heart or whatever. But it's all over his arms, and it's in a really like it's not it's in a controlled way. It's not like chaotic or anything like that. It's like
energy.
Like he had somebody carve out his skin and make it all fancy or whatever. But because of that, I'm looking at this character design and I'm thinking the reason they made him look like that is so he could match Azura. Think about it.
Or his skin.
Whose skin?
His real skin that he has now with the lines.
What do you mean?
The real skin that he has now.
But that's what I'm talking
Oh, I
about.
thought you meant regular Ryu that has
No,
the skin.
to
Oh,
match
yeah.
that skin.
Or to diffuse Azura.
No. I'm saying everybody's looking over this Ryu skin. They're like, okay, cool, evil Ryu, but like, why does he have white hair? Is it because Shin Akuma had it in CVS?
Mm-hmm.
No, right? Like, it has to be because Asura's coming
As real skin.
as a DLC, as his own character.
He's gonna come as real skin. They already have the templates. That's it.
No,
They have they put him shirtless. They put which is sexy Ryu. They put the
this
crappy pants.
evil Ryu cannot be an unfinished Asura skin. Their character is coming. You heard it here first. The character is coming season 1 at the end. And then when people match them up, put Ryu and Asura together in a team, they're like, oh, cool.
So cool.
Look at that. Look, they both got white hair.
They got lines.
Thanks, Capcom. We hate you a little less. Just a little.
Just a little.
That's all I got, buddy.
That's it. That's all we got.
That's all I got. Where we at on time?
So for the mystery game, stay tuned for our next podcast, and we'll be able to let you know. But stay tuned, please.
So a mobile game came out.
Round 4.
So a mobile game came out
Called Puzzle Fighter.
Yep.
Puzzle Fighter before was a game that came out for
PlayStation, PSX, yeah.
But it also got re-released for like
multiple
stuff.
consoles.
It's basically like a puzzle kind of game.
Yep. It's a Tetris type of game.
Yeah, it's a Tetris type of game, and it's more focused on one player versus another than instead of just you being by yourself trying not to kill yourself for like God knows how many levels. And you have super moves once you build up the meter and all that stuff. So Capcom released recently a really short teaser trailer of these really chibi cute little versions of themselves. Of all Capcom characters. From what I saw in the trailer, we got Blanca, we got Chuck Green, who looks really sad, by the way. He looks really sad that he has to be in the game. He's just really sad. We got Chun-Li, Dan, Dante, E. Honda, Frank West, Hagar, Ken with his Street Fighter 5 skin, M. Bison, Morgan, my boy Nash, Ryu, we got X. We didn't see any kind of in-game play of Jill Valentine, but she was like in the trailer and stuff like that.
Jill from Resident Evil 5.
And we had a finger-pointing silhouette, which is obviously Phoenix Wright. That was there. From what I saw, they're using a lot of stages from Street Fighter 5. They have 2016's Capcom Pro Tour stage with like Surfbot and Dalsum in the background. Not confirmed, and they're not confirmed playable characters. You got the Kanzuki Estate. You got E. Honda's bathhouse from Street Fighter 2. We have a Shadowloo stage from Street Fighter 5. I don't remember the name. And I don't remember the name of the Darkstalker stage that they were showing there.
Probably it's Morrigan stage.
So, from what the dialogue says on the trailer, there's going to be 3-man teams. It's not just like a one-on-one thing. I don't know how that's going to work.
Take that, Dragon Ball!
Take that, Dragon Ball fighters. It's over!
It's done!
It's over, Dragon Ball! Dissidia and Puzzle Fighter Mobile are taking over! It says build a legendary team of Capcom, battle players in real time. There's going to be exclusive rewards like you win with coins.
Matches.
Yeah, you could win like color skins, and then actually Cop Chun was one of the skins you could earn. The regular clothes Morgan that she turns into her nightclub looking like human form. So, and they also have like this weird like ranking system from they show like Ultra Platinum, Ultra Diamond, and Legend ranking titles. I don't know what else they have, but what do you think?
It's a very mobile game. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just for argument purpose, it's gonna be a very money-hungry game, which means it's gonna give you very little, and it's gonna either grind for it forever or pay for it to try to get these things.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure those characters to unlock will be like it's called a gacha game, which means is as a random characters you spend all the coins that you earn very hard, and it's randomly what you get. So you could get maybe that cool character, get duplicates all like crappy.
Oh, I got Chuck Green
I gotta
again.
win. Yep, exactly.
But I want Blanca.
Yep. Which those games are extremely popular because of that, and they make so much money.
It's like when I played, what was that game? The Disney one?
Tsum Tsum.
Tsum?
Yeah.
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 But my Aladdin was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I leveled them up crazy, and then I stopped playing.
So yeah, I think it will be like that. If it is like that, it will be more successful in the Capcom side. I think that ranking session is gonna be now. Most mobile games are trying to do in real life PvP. They're doing that with the Naruto game. They're doing it, I guess, with this, which is good. I hope the network is good, and because it's gonna be affecting your rank.
Yeah.
And I hope that this game comes just for catering issues. Hey, it links this game with MvCi and get us free skin.
That would be amazing.
So it makes people download the game. And remember, those games makes money the more downloads they get.
Almost like how Injustice has their mobile game, that if you unlock stuff from the game, you get it in the
and vice
console
versa.
version.
And vice versa. And it just helps them, helps you,
Yeah.
a quote. But then that would be the smartest thing to do. I think they have better character selection there that they have in some of the Capcom roster here, but
Nah, too many normies.
I guess. But the better normies that they're here though.
Yeah.
But let's see. It's a different artistic view. Before it was 2D sprites. Which necessarily 3D doesn't mean better, to be honest.
Yeah.
3D doesn't mean that it's bad, it just doesn't mean that it's better. Look at Guilty Gear has shown that 2D sprites still reign supreme on that artistic type of game.
You know what I think this is from? This is from Street Fighter 4 being successful after they transitioned from 2D to 3D. Well, like to
2D, 3D point.
Yeah, because now it's just kind of a trend. Like all of their sprite stuff is going away. Now even this game has.
No, I think the way that Capcom is, they're not gonna go back to sprite. It's only people that are really into their games like Guilty Gear. They're very passionate about Dragon Ball. They're gonna continue.
The janitor can't have that much OT to work on sprites. Anymore,
definitely, man. He don't have a pencil anymore. But yeah, so that's what it is. I'm definitely gonna download it, and I'm definitely gonna give you a full first-hand review, and maybe we could PvP each other.
Are we gonna tell the story?
Sure, we have time.
Real quick. Technically, Puzzle Fighter's banned.
It's completely banned.
It's banned from David ever playing it again.
Yes.
Because we had like a kind of a game session, like a get together thing with a couple of friends. Not gonna say any names.
No.
But let's say David at the time was this is where I'm assuming it stems from. You were beating everybody there, and there was like anger building, like like competitive anger building, right? So then a certain person actually beat you in Puzzle Fighter. Because it wasn't like Puzzle Fighter was just popped on after the fighting games, right? It just kind of, somebody popped it on, and one of them was like, all right, let me play.
Yep.
And then
they beat me, and then they didn't want to play me again.
He popped off, he jumped, right? He popped off, he was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then you felt a certain way, and then I don't know what happened, but it got too serious. And then all of us never hung out together in the same room ever. That was like 8-9 years ago.
Absolutely. Because Puzzle Fighter is some serious shit, bro.
So yeah, Puzzle Fighter is banned. Try not to take the game too seriously if you guys download it.
Consider friendships.
You might tarnish a friendship for the rest of your life. It's like Uno. You don't wanna take it too seriously.
Nope.
So yeah, that's our episode, guys. We're gonna wrap it up fast.
Yeah. Feel free to follow, like, and subscribe on our social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
YouTube,
yes, definitely. YouTube, definitely. Comment and mention everything that you like or didn't like from this, and anything that you're looking for from us.
Yes.
All right, guys. Take care.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening. See you later. Hasta mañana. Beepity boppity boo. I'm trying to get to the 2-hour mark, okay?
You almost did.
Double KO.